yesterday we ended at we wanted to see how to use this watch. We didn't complete because there was an internet issue. I'm going to start with that in a few minutes. Okay, so I'm going to use the debug, the configuration. I'm first going to use this one on the normal one. However, let me also set the breakpoints that we want before you run. So maybe I want to I want to set a breakpoint where maybe here. Let me see. Let me set a breakpoint here. So I can use F9 or just click here to add a breakpoint, and when I add it, it comes right here. So that's one breakpoint. I can look for another area just to add breakpoint area. Maybe here, and no, can't add there. So I add several other breakpoints in. Yeah, maybe I can come also here and I add. So wherever I want to check, I add, and you can see that all the breakpoints have been added here. So I can either remove some of them by clicking this. There's an X here, you can see remove a breakpoint, or even edit the breakpoint. Yeah. So I'm now going to start my debug. So the configuration I want to run is I click on the debugger, then I check here which one do I want to run. I want to run Microsoft. The name is attach Microsoft Cloud. So it is the one here. I've clicked it, then I start the debugger. So in this configuration, you can see we have break on error, exclude try. So I want to go up to the point where okay. So I want to, since it's a break on next, I want to get the next session. So let me remove the other things. Break on the next. So you see, it has run just like yesterday. But what you want to look at today is okay, here there is no. Let me just skip all these. We looked at these ones yesterday, that on modify, it's break on write. So I'm just going to proceed until we reach the role center. Though even here there's going to be a break, I'm going to also skip it. And we reach the item. Okay, so I I'm going to go to the item, try to delete it, and then I show you what the watch, how the watch works. Delete. Okay. So I talked about the variables. Global, it shows you the global variable in a given call stack. This shows you the functions that have been called. So there are global variables and then local variables. We saw the SQL queries here that are also used. So global, I want to put my watch on okay, let me just scroll down. Let me expand this. Maybe I want to, this one will not change item, but I can also use that. One of the, you can put as many as you want, but should be exactly like the one that is there. So I enter item and I click enter. So it comes. I be noticing how it changes in the different stacks. So let me, I'm going to be changing. I'm going to change. I come here, it loads. Remains the same. So you can see when I come to check documents, it is going to remain out of scope. Even when I come this side and I try to move, maybe where this is, I explained this yesterday, step into. So I'm going to move. When I step into my function, you can notice that now they are saying the item is not available where I've stepped into. It is still, we say that step into goes to the next possible line that is available. If it is a function, then it will go into the function. Then I wanted to also use, maybe something is big that you are that you want to monitor to see. There is this other area down that you can use and monitor. Let me do it again to help you monitor. It is a big area section. So let me when I click here and maybe I start typing to give me okay. I can even click current field. Current field, maybe number, a variable. Here they say that it is 0, and you can see that it is 0 up here. So if I get another stack where it has a value, there is a stack where it has a value, I can here it is out of scope in this one. How about this one? Current should be having the same. It is case sensitive and current field number. When I click here, so it's out of scope. Then where it's maybe having some. I can also type item, the item, just to. Now when I click the item, I can be able even to expand it from here, and I see everything that maybe I need, and so many others that you want to follow. Because because of time, we shall be able maybe to explore more regarding that. So watch as you're moving, as you're navigating through your code debugging. It will be changing here, but you can also be able to put here whatever you want that is existing in the variables. You type it as it is here, and you can be able to navigate. Yeah, so basically that is that. I would like now to move to something else. Something maybe I didn't talk about the breakpoints here. I just forgot. So as you're navigating your code and you've set the breakpoints, this one will be moving now. Let me do a continue. When I click continue here, it will my breakpoint, my first breakpoint here. My breakpoints were out of the stack, so they were not reached. They're out of the stack here. So like a stack means that where the processes that have been executed, they are out of these ones that I had put the breakpoint. However, to demonstrate it better, if I can just do and I just add, let me just add the breakpoint on the stack, and the processes where the stack is moving. Let me, there is this one. So if I put a breakpoint here, and this is check purchases, then if I put also here on this line, so because it has executed this procedure as it was executing, as you're deleting, it executed that, and maybe I want also to do this. So these ones are now going to be handled. So let me rerun the debugger. Let me disconnect and rerun it. Let me rerun the debugger.
Am I saying anything? I'm just seeing the screen moving.
Yeah, I said the initial breakpoints that I set were out of the call stack, so they didn't. They were not. There was no break initially, so I've set the breaks in the within the call stack. So it should do because so when I now try to delete, because I've set it again, I reset the breakpoints, and now I repeated the process. You see, the debugger will move directly to the breakpoint, the first breakpoint that you set, because these breakpoints are within the processes that are executed as you may be deleting an item. So the first one is here that has been executed. And now when I click continue, it will now move. Our first breakpoint has been reached. Check purchases. You can look at it here, down here. Check purchases line. So maybe you want to uh, 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 check something more about this. So if you want to do it, to use these upper symbols, you step into, if you want to step into this function, you click, step into it. So you can see that this is the function, check purchases lines, and you can maybe see whatever you want to see. Step into can also just help you to move to another line. We are still in the same function, moving again and be checking. Now here, if you want to move out of this function, I see there is another breakpoint here. If you want to move out of this function, I can click step out. If you want to step out. But now, it is not, it is trying to step out. However, the next breakpoint is here. So it stepped out. It did not step out of the function itself, because a breakpoint is in the exact function. It is the next that we are supposed to execute. And also another one is here. So if I try maybe to step out of this function, it will move to another breakpoint. Now it has not reached the breakpoint. It has gone to an error because we have a break on error to all. So it also breaks here because there is an error. Again, I try to break, step out. So all of these, you'll be navigating what is happening in this function. Yes, so we shall be exploring more about that. I would like also to move to, you allow me to move to snapshot debugging, such that we can also see what happens. Now, what is similar, the normal debugging and snapshot debugging, we talked about snapshot debugging last time, that this is debugging on production. Maybe there is something small, you don't want to create a sandbox. However, this is done on cloud. It's not done on-prem. So you creating sandbox will take you a lot of time, and you want to do something on just debug something on production. You know that on production, you cannot debug on, you cannot do a normal debugging on it. On-prem, you might debug on production. There's no restriction, but there is a very big restriction on the cloud. You cannot do it. So to do snapshot debugging, if I can just remove this, I'd added it. I'm going to add a configuration. So I come here, I add a configuration just like we did yesterday. So I look for initialize. Can even type initialize. So there are two configurations here. initialize a snapshot debugging on cloud, and then initialize a snapshot debugging on your own server. I didn't try out this one. It could be actually the on-prem, but this one is for the cloud. Though as I was reading documentation, it was like as if it is done on cloud. So we shall explore this one, the one on your own server, maybe on-prem. But today we are going to look at the one for cloud. So it is saying initialize. You can change this the way you want. The name, the AL request is saying snapshot initialize, which is okay. Production. So automatically it goes to production because for it works with production. Just like we looked at this one yesterday, there are many options that you can select. It can be a web client, that is the session in the cloud, the one that we are going to look at today. Then the other one, background, we said this can be like job queues that are a function, anything that you have set and is running in the background. So this one is, it can also run on it. Also, we have the web client. The web client is the one we are going to look at. And then the web service client is like the SOAP or data, and others that are used to integrate. The others, I didn't read about them. Then we have execution context. So this one has also some few more. We have the debug. If you just put debug, it will only debug and give you maybe a snapshot. It will just enable you to debug the code. However, it will not give you a profile that you are going to look at the end. So a profile helps you to see, to monitor the performance of your code, to see and also enable you optimize maybe your code to find the speed. Maybe there is a function that you created and you want to find its performance. How is it performing? How fast is it running? And it can help you maybe improve its performance. Then debug and profile. When you select this, it will enable you to give you to help you debug, use the snapshot, get a snapshot, debug, and also you debug. And also give you the profile. It gives you the execution, how much time has been taken for the different processes, processes to run. How much time have they taken? Then the profile, if you just select profile, it will only it will ignore the snap points that you set. We are going to look at snap points that you set. It will not allow you to debug. You will not be debugging anything. If you just give you instead the profile, maybe you just want to see the performance and you don't want, there are no errors, you don't want to debug anything, you can select profile and you see the performance. So for now, we are going to use debug and profile because we want to see both. We want to debug and also you want to see the performance of whatever we've run. So I select that. I can also select tenant if I want. Tenant. We saw the tenant yesterday. It's this one, tenant ID. Tenant. There are also many other user ID. You want to user ID. You can use user ID or the session ID. However, if you select a user ID, if you select a session ID and it does, maybe that session has expired, then it will fail. So then if you can use your own user or you can use someone else's, maybe there is another user. You can just go to the users and get that user name. So you add it here. So someone has to run the next session, because we have on break on next, and then if they run it, you can be able to capture the snapshot. So for this, I think this information is enough for us to proceed with running the debug, to initialize snapshot debugging. So I'm going to click here. Then I type initialize initialize is, oh, there is this one that I didn't disconnect. Let me first disconnect this. I did not disconnect the other previous debug, so that's why it wasn't running. So I mentioned something about snap points. So in snap points are in snapshot debugging, and they are equivalent to breakpoints. So when you set your breakpoints here, they will be used to collect data for you during the recording of this snapshot, because this is we are just going to be recording. Now, if you don't set those snap points, however, the difference between snap points and the breakpoints is that a breakpoint, when you're running the debugger, it will be breaking at the first point. When maybe you're navigating Business Central, it will be breaking in the first. Then you go to it, and then it breaks on the next. This one does not break. What it does, it collects information for you, the variables. It actually collects variables for you at that point. At whatever point that you've selected, it will be selecting information. Now, it will be selecting only those points. Whichever point you've not set a snap point, it will not collect any information. It will not show you any information as you're playing the snapshot. So I'm going to run it. Initialize snapshot debugging. So it's saying initializing snapshot debugging. So snapshot debugger initialize request for debugging. This has succeeded. It has succeeded now, but what we are waiting for is what we are. Maybe before we go there, there is something here. I think this too. There is the snapshot debug sessions. So when you click on it, it will show you there's one that I've already downloaded. So there are these statuses here that we have in snapshot debugging. There is one initialized. This is now the current one that I've just loaded. Then there is another one started. Now when I run I ran the next session, because we said break on next. So let me go and break on next, and you see on this one that I've already done, you see that it is having a status downloaded because I downloaded it already. So we want to see the next status. The first one is initialized. So let me go and create another session here, because it breaks on session. I'm going to another session. I'm going to remove this and then try to okay, so click here, then I okay, let me just repeat.
Scheme, could it be due to that temperament type? Here you're referring to the production, yet on the interface, it's on a sandbox.
Right. You're right. You're right. I had not looked at it. Very, very right. The snapshot runs on production, not sandbox. Thank you for that observation, John. So it has given me, even if it is another user, it will give them the user that you set, to give them this message. Snapshot debugging session, this has been started. Any code that runs in this window of business will now be monitored. Your screen, however, is not being recorded. To end the snapshot debugging session and return to Business Central, close this window and reopen a Business Central. Maybe someone just tried to record your session and you're a user. So they can just close this and open another one. It will not record. It will not be recording their whatever they are doing. Now we want to check. So you can see that the status has changed to started. Initially it was initialized. Now, because we have run the next session, it has changed to started. Okay, so I'm going to click here. Now at this moment, it has started recording. We are recording. So let me just do the same things that I did. Just to not waste time. It is recording whatever the person is doing, and maybe someone has an error. They will just be doing whatever they want to do that generated the other error that they had. So here it is recording, and you can notice that there was no break at all. Even if we set them, we set in we set our breakpoints, and here they are called snap points, but they did not there was no break in the process. So now I'm going to finish. Control Shift P. Then I click. I want to finish my recording. Now this recording cannot go beyond 10 minutes. And if you go 30 minutes without connecting to the next session, it will disconnect and you have to run it again. So I have this called the finish snapshot debugging on the server, or Alt plus F7. So I'll click it and it will ask you which session do you want to stop. So I have one, so I'll click it and it will be stopped. It is stopping. And down here, you can see that it has completed and has been saved here as a zip in the snapshots. So when I go to my snapshot debug sessions here, you'll see that the status has now changed to downloaded. So from initialize, started, there is also finished, but it is I think it goes off very fast because it is combined with downloaded. So they are finished also. So I'm going to navigate here to my snapshots. That's where they have directed me. I have two. I have this one that I've already played. You can see 36, but there is also D that is not yet played. So I can, when I see here, D. So I'm going to click on this one to play it. So I click. It is here showing some information. And now, because I set my snap points, also called breakpoints, it is showing me here. And when I go to the debugger here, and I open here, it let me just sorry. Okay, it will show me information here. Information at this point. Now, if I move into it, step into it, there are here, because I did not set any snap point, I will not have any information, and I'll get this. You see, it will give me this message that variable information is only available on snap points. So there is no information for you here. So if I click continue, it will go to the next snap point that I created. And here it will give me the information. The variables are there. And if you want to watch, you can also go on to check. And if I click continue, it shows me the variables are there. And if I click here, purchase, maybe this purchase 9, it will show me this information. So I click continue. It shows me the error and also the different variables here. Whenever you go somewhere now if the number of frames, like the snap points that you set are over, it will disconnect, but you can always run it again if you want. Just click here and run it again if you want to see it again. So let it run. Yeah, and you follow through. You can run it as many times as you want. Okay. So for now, let me go to the profiler. The profiler that shows us the performance. The performance of so there is something here called generate the profile. Now, this profile snapshot comes with this, the profiler comes with this snapshot that we downloaded. Because we set this, it is going to generate it because we set the debug and the profile. If we didn't set it, it doesn't give you any information. So here I'm going to generate a profiler. Then it asks you which session, which snapshot do you want to use. So let me use the current one, the DD that I've just got. And then I click. It will now give me this. Now, this one shows you how much time this function has run, or method, or code unit, how much time it has taken, the self time. So you can see here the amount of time spent on only in this function running it. Then this is the total amount of time this function has run, or code unit, and also the different calls that it has made. So it's the total amount of time. And then hit count, it shows how many times it has run, how many times it has run, or it has been called, something like that. You can see on after get record has been called very many times, 22. Then get status text is 18. On after get current record 2 times. Most of these others. Now this is role center. From role center, because we logged in, we did so many things. So on initialize, now if you go down here, there is an open page. Maybe you've opened the item. You can see item list here, then sub items. So those are things on find. This is item list. Here on after get record, on the item list, it was called 51 times. And this is the number of times. These are microseconds. So it took 59.20 microseconds. The total number of time for this one and whatever was inside, and it shows you whatever is there. So the total time is aggregated here. We can see it called has open approval entries, that is a function, then can cancel approval for record loaded. All those were called. Even inside this there are others on before has open approval entries. So all those, that is what comes up to this time. The total time 226.98 microseconds were taken for this trigger on after get current record and also whatever it called. Just to run this one, it just took it 64.83 microseconds. So we go down and we see on delete. So when we started the delete, it took it 442.06 microseconds. That is 56%. However, the total time for this trigger and also whatever it called inside it took it 780.5. So whatever it called, there was on cancel item approval request, and even inside that there is run workflow on cancel item approval request. There is a run workflow on cancel item approval request code. There is as event. There are very many other things that were called inside it, and each has time. This one alone inside here, it just took it 3.16 microseconds. Find matching workflow step instance, then find workflow, it took it 4.17 like that. So even this one, the total for this one was 11.6. So this one can help you know how your code is performing, so it can help you optimize your code. So you can go and look for improved this process. Sorry about that. I found out that Microsoft improved the process. Instead of, because this is a manual one, you want to see just one thing. It brought something called a profile. This process as it is also in Business Central without even doing it from this side. If I can go here and I show you, it is called Performance Profiler. Performance Profiler and Performance Profiles. Now, Performance Profiler is what we have been seeing. So you could go, then click Start, then the person goes and runs whatever they are running, and then you can go to Performance Profiles and see them. Now, that was the old format that I've actually been doing here. You can do that. However, Microsoft in 2024 brought another which is kind of automatic now. It can be running in the background and the user can be doing whatever they are doing, and you can set the time, maybe a week. You want it to run for a week as this user is working, and then you can come and monitor whatever they have been doing. So that is called a performance schedule. It's a profiler schedule. Sorry, profiler schedule. It is something new, somehow new, and I think it will be very helpful for us. So let me just create a new one. New maybe schedule, something like that. Schedule. And so this is enabling it. So it gives you the start time. Start time, I want to begin maybe from today at 8:20, maybe at any date. Put any end date that you want this one to run. Specifies the end time of the schedule. It can be a week.
Sorry for the disruption. Let's try to summarize. I'm saying we are beyond the scheduled time.
Okay. Yeah, this is going to take very short time. Let me just do that, 12, 10. Then the user can be me for now. Then here, the activity type, it will specify the activities in the browser. This is the normal activities that they do. Then it can be the background tasks, job queues, including the job queues or other tasks running in the background. Then the web service calls can be SOAP or data or something like that. Then sampling frequency, it is 100 milliseconds. So this one is setting the frequency at which it will be recording the data. So this is it. So this one, the retention period, is the period beyond which the data will be deleted. Like data that is beyond that period will be deleted, because if you have set maybe for a month, so if you've set a week, so when a week passes, the previous data will be deleted that is beyond a week. Now, if you set it for a week, I can just go there in a few minutes. Anyway, data that it, now if you set it, this is 15th, any data that is beyond the 8th, that 8th and below, it will be deleted. If it is a week, if you say month, work that is a month and below, it will be deleted. So now I will go and do whatever I want to do. Maybe I go to customers. Maybe let me use that exact thing, but you can do something else. But let me just do this for now. But I can go to customers, go to item ledger entries, or do anything that you want to do. It will be recording. For now, let me just do this. Okay, I've done that. Now I'm going to go and check what has happened. I will go to performance profiles and I see what has happened. So it is it has given me, so these ones where I look them on this one. Okay, I have two profiles running. There is this BCLE and then the other one. For some reason it has not run, but maybe because there are two that are running concurrently. I need to find out that, but let me just explain based on this one that I already run. So this one will show you the user, then the activity type that you selected, then activity is saying the user clicked on a page search. Now that took, the duration it took is 420 milliseconds, and the AL, the code AL, took only 2 milliseconds AL here. And then the duration of captured SQL calls, it even shows you the SQL calls that has been, the time it has taken them. It has taken them 418 milliseconds. Then the number of SQL calls that have been done are 15 for that case. Then it also goes on to show you the page document attachment, 115. The SQL calls, how many? It took them 124, and there are 6 calls. Then user deleted record on item list, 104 milliseconds. Activity duration, 13 milliseconds for SQL calls, and then the 3 SQL calls. You can see that if you select a web service, their duration on HTTP calls and number of HTTP calls that have been performed. So this can be very helpful, especially when there are cases where business entry is very, very slow. So you can use this one to help you debug and find out what is happening, and you resolve it amicably. Back to you, Mark.
Yeah, thank you very much, Kim, for the practical session. Given that this is a new curriculum, there's need for continuous assessment. So today I'm going to ask SPK one question, then we close. So SPK, under what circumstances do we use snapshot debugging?
Good morning, everyone. So we use snapshot when we are trying to debug on the live and we want to find where the issue is. For example, when the client gets an error and you just want to see, you can use their user ID and then they can proceed to doing whatever they were doing. Then you can come back later to see where the issue it was by looking at the variables and at the breakpoints.
Okay, thank you very much, SPK, for that. I hope we can also use these ideas in our day-to-day work. There are very many cases where we get challenges and then we need to restore a sandbox. So sometimes we are not aware of such ways. So now that we know, let's try to utilize them. So thank you, Kim. Tomorrow, I think we have Lynn for, I don't know, is it multi-language and something? So thank you everyone for attending. Starting time will always be 7:30. So when I joined and also see the presenter already on call, I'll be starting the meeting. Yeah, thank you and have a great day.